Now, in the process of life change, one thing we have to consider, or one important thing we have to consider, is the image we have of ourselves. You understand? So today in this video we are going to talk about that. Actually, I read it from the book Atomic Habits, so I'm going to share some of the things I learned from it. Then we see how we can work on that. Okay, so once again, welcome, and God bless you for being here. So now, it is said that human beings have this inner ability, or the power, or this drive to stay consistent with who they believe they are. You see, and that is very true. You see, if, let's say, for example, someone who believes he's an athlete, let's say you play football or whatever game you play. You see, once you believe yourself, or you see yourself as an athlete, everything that you do will be geared towards playing football. Like, let's say waking up to go and work out, or going to practice, or going for training. People who believe they are athletes, they don't really have a problem with waking up every morning to go and do whatever they need to do to stay in that shape. So when you see an athlete and you see their body, it's just, you can clearly tell this person is an athlete. And it goes to those people, the people who are fat and they believe they are big boned. Once you have that image in your head, you will be doing things that will lead you to that. You see, so your actions and your thoughts and everything that you'll be doing will be geared towards that. So waking up, they know they want to lose weight, but because they have that image in their head, they feel like that's who they are. So waking up to go and work out is a big problem for them, because when the athlete wake up, he just gets up, pick up his shoes, then he's gone. But for people who are not athletes, when you see them, before they wake up, they have to turn several times before they can get up and do whatever it is that they want to do. You see, and this is some of the things that we do. When we are in school, we tell ourselves, I'm not a math person, I'm not a science person, I'm not somebody who does this, I'm not a people person, I'm not this, I'm not that. You see, once you tell yourself this thing, what we do is we consistently do things that to keep us in that area. You see, so right now, what you can do, or the key thing of changing that identity, is to change that image in your head. It is said that if you want to be rich, you have to do the things that the rich people do, and the reason for that is you are trying to change that image. When you start doing those things, it means you've changed that image of you seeing yourself as a poor or a broke person to someone who is rich. And for you to do that, like when you start doing those things, you start doing the things that the rich people do. You see, so this is what we are supposed to do. I know somebody that I heard a story. They said when he was a kid, he started acting like a doctor. You see, when somebody is sick, he asks the person what you need and all those things, and now the person is a doctor. You see, once you start changing that image in your head, you start believing that you are this kind of person, that you this is what you want to be, this is who you are, and this is what you need to do. And it goes for even things that we like. Let's say they said there is a story of two people who in a family, or who were trying to break away from smoking cigarettes. You see, so the first person said they were both offered a cigarette to smoke, but the first person said, oh, I'm trying to break away from smoking cigarette, I don't want to smoke anymore. But the second person said, I'm not a smoker. You see, And if you look at these two people, the first person said he's trying to break away from this habit or this smoking habit and all, but there is no identity change in that situation. But with the second one, when he says he's not a smoker, it means he sees himself as not a smoker. So what do people who don't smoke do? They do not smoke cigarette. So at that point, he starts to act and do things like people who do not smoke, and it goes on to people who live healthy lives, people who are fat. If you decide right now that you change the image you have of yourself as you are big boned, this is how you are and all, once you change that in your head, you see yourself as the person you want to be rather than the person you are now. You start doing things which will lead you to that situation or whatever person you want to be. So today, this is what I want to share with you right now, with whatever it is you want to change, because on the process of becoming whoever you want to be, there are certain things that you do that you need to improve. There are certain things that you don't do that you need to bring in, and these are some of the things that right now you may believe you are not that kind of person. You see, maybe you believe you are not a people person, you don't know how to talk to people and all that. But if you change that image, because most of the times when we have this image in our heads and we try to change it and we actually do change it, we come to see that it's not that we weren't those people. Because you can see somebody who is let's say tells himself he cannot talk to people, he's shy in front of people and all that, but then when he tries it, he realizes that he's good. So most of the times it's just what we keep telling ourselves that keeps us from doing whatever we are capable of doing. So right now, whatever you want to do, if you want to be somebody of wealth in the future, you have to start now by seeing yourself as a wealthy person. And what do wealthy people do? They plan, they budget, save, you see, and all these things. And one thing also is with like for the example of trying to be wealthy and trying to do things like the rich, when you want to become rich, the mistake people do is they try to copy the life of the rich at their peak. You see, let's say somebody is rich now, the level that he is at his peak, and if you try to do those things, you might not be able to do that. So what you have to do is you go down to where they started, how they started, the basic fundamental things they started with. That is where you can start. But if you start looking at them how they are, because let's say they read, for most of them they read like they can take a week, or some people take 3 days to read one book. And if you want to do that, which right now you are not a reader, it is going to be hard. You see, so one thing you are supposed to keep in mind is you are trying to make small changes over a long period of time, which will lead to a big result. So you go down to when they started, with a little reading 1 page a day or 30 minutes a day that they don't break. You have to look at all these things. When they get their money, they start budgeting and saving and all those things. And this are some of the things that you can do to become whatever you have to become or what you want to become. So right now, with whoever you want to be, you see, maybe you want to be a doctor, a nurse, whatever it is you want to be, you have to start acting and thinking and talking and walking like a doctor. And it's not just about faking, it's just like you are trying to change that image or put some image in your head that will pull you to do whatever you need to do to become that person. Okay, so today this is what I want to share with you, and I hope it gives you value and you understand it. So if you like this video, just leave a like and a comment. Just let me know whatever you think about what I said, and if you don't understand anything, you just let me know. And also you subscribe, okay, so that we keep on doing this every day. And this is something you are supposed to take very seriously, because you know, I've come to see that a lot of people want to be successful, but when it comes to what they need to do, it becomes a problem. And you see, like with this identity change, you see, you can be in an environment where everybody is maybe going through certain problems or same problems, but you can see that a selected few are not really worried, because they know who they want to be, they know what they want to do, and they are doing it. So they don't worry much about what is going on around them. They just focus on what they are going to do, because that is the only thing that can make a change, like that can bring a change. You see, when you change, because in the whole world of people suffering, some people are suffering, some people are doing well. So how is that in the whole world where everything is whatever problems you are facing, you see, like let's say the increase in fuel prices now, it's affecting everybody, but some people are not worried about it, and some people are too much worried about it. And why is that? So you have to see that there is a difference in whatever they are doing or whatever they've done in the past that has led them to this situation. So if you want to be in that situation, you have to change your whatever you do, your image and how you do your things, and at some point one day you also become that kind of person. So this is it, and have a nice day. Okay.